Ah, so you're the one Vincent told me about. Huh. The little pickpocket who could pick a pocket if a pocket could be picked. You're new in town, I take it. You've been running the corner in the financial district. 3rd in Maine and 8th in Shetland, if you really want to get particular about it. Seems to be your prime spot, in fact. Convenient, isn't it? Well, it only makes sense that I know what's happening on my turf now, wouldn't it? Oh, that's right. You've got it. You've been practically operating in my front yard. But you're in Mama's house now. I take it the name Melanie the Thornback Mudgett might have slipped your mind? Perhaps you should have thought of that before rustling in the coat pockets of every rube of ours on this side of the Pacific. Vincent Baxter. You work my corner without permission. You're not just stealing from some hopeless tax accountant or some schlubby dirty cop. You're stealing from me. And I do not appreciate being stolen from. Not one bit. So, I suppose it's time I stole something from you. A thief without hands might as well be a butterfly without wings. Just the saddest sight you ever did see. But a thief without eyes? Well, boys, whatever you decide to do, make sure that they know that letting this dirty little rat roam my roads was just a formality, at best. A welcoming gift, really. However, my patience is short, and this kindness is not customary. I need you to take whatever sinfully vile thoughts of what to do you have inside your head, and I want you to do something 10 times worse, but still leave them alive. The dead are hard to make examples out of after all. Their suffering is over. The true horror should really be in staying alive. I need something bold, something that makes a statement. I'm sure you can figure it out, boys. You are true blue artistes. Why else would you be running every gallery in the city 6 ways a Sunday? I know you can do it. An adieu and an au revoir to you, my dearest, sweetest little pest. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Candace Strings Concerto, and get my guest and I a glass of wine. What are we? Barbarians? I apologize for that. I would never want to interrupt our meeting with something so trivial, but I think you can agree that need to be taken care of. I know, it's a shame to see them go. They had a pretty nice ass, but there was only one position open, and, well, if Vincey and Baxter don't take out their eyes, I think you would have anyhow. You were brutal out there. But no matter how guilty you might feel for your more animalistic instincts, I don't think you're looking to take their place, right? I mean, unless you'd really want to, because in that case... I'm just kidding, numbnuts. The look in your eyes. Classic. But no. I'm glad you're here. I need you. I need you for this job. And I think you're the only one who can do it for me. Yes, really. Has anybody ever told you that you have a symmetrical face? If I took a meat cleaver, down the center of the skull, I'd have matching halves. That's very important. For your line of work. Or what your line of work is going to be, anyhow. Despite the lack of respect that naturally comes off when I was told that you were working my street corners, I, at the very least, can assume that you knew who I was. After all, who in this day, in this city by the bay, doesn't know the Thornback, Mama Melanie Mudgett? Even when I'm not seen, my influence is heard of. I'm sure I'll start appearing in the regional travel brochures if I keep it up. But there's somebody else. Father Cassica. I'm sure you're familiar with him. He's been running the city for longer than half his men have been alive, which I'm sure says a few things to you. But when I say that he's been running the city, I mean he's been running the city. They say you can't so much as find a piece of paper that hasn't passed through the hands of somebody in his elites, let alone his staff, or even somebody who is paid off by him. Do you know how much paper is in this city? I think it says something. I mean, even the lease I signed to get this place had his grubby hands all over it before I had mine, and I resent that. Terribly. The man's feeble. I can tell by the look in his eyes that his brain is addling. It's a shame, really, but the man isn't in the nursing home just yet. As long as he can still tie a tie, he's a threat. But there is a way we can get to him. And this is a rather close-guarded secret. One that I spent a better part of my days trying to get a hand on. His weakness. He has 2 daughters. And not only have they been hidden for over 2 decades, they're working not just for him, but with him. I know it's cliché, the whole family business side of crime, but the fact of the matter is, it's true. They are simultaneously the city's best kept secret and the city's new heirs. When Daddy Casca dies, it's not going to be at the dawn of a brand new day. It's a new nightfall. Same as the old nightfall. And it's going to keep us in the dark. But if we take them out of the picture, not only will Father Casca have nobody to take over his empire, but he'll be devastated, completely and utterly distraught. He'll be practically giving us the city. And that's where you come into all of this. You got the face, a pretty plucky attitude, and a need to please. I need you to become something to them. Something close enough to allow you to infiltrate the family. Destroy from the inside, and destroy them along with it. A simple enough plan, especially considering what you have to do. It's not difficult work, but it's constant, consistent, ever-present, and seemingly never-ending. I normally send one of my own to do this, but frankly, Vincent and Baxter aren't really their types, should I say, and anybody associated with me is going to be naturally under suspicion. But I think you can do it. I think you're capable of it. There's this fire that burns in your eyes. A cool flame, but fire nonetheless. It hides your passion, your ambition, your fury. This isn't the first time you've had to lie to stay alive. But this is the first time you're going to be so thoroughly rewarded for it. How does the 3 city blocks that contain 3rd and Main and 8th and Shetland sound? Just think. Every business, big and small alike, every bank, every skyscraper condo there. will be answering to you, and you can do anything you like. Just imagine it. Imagine being able to turn every bigwig exec who refused to look you in the eye your bitch. Imagine them falling on their knees to worship you as the good new god of Neo Wall Street. Doesn't that just stimulate the senses? Is that not music to your ears? And all you have to do is play an elementary school game of pretend date me to get there. Isn't that the dream? Of course, if you don't want to, you could graciously decline, and maybe Vincent Baxter will go easy on you. I'm glad you could see reason in all this. Their names are Mary Dahlia Monroe and Lydia Maria Curie. Yeah, that's what happens when you let 10-year-olds pick their own aliases. It's a blessing for Father Casca that they picked actual names. But regardless, there's still a question in all this. So, who's it gonna be?